hobbies, hello family, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I know you can see what I see as well. Yes, so this is the part 3 of the beaded um tribal tree beaded fringe earring. Because of its long name, I'm even omitting certain words. And so if you've just joined, this is the part 3 of this whole earring, and it's going to be about adding fringes. Okay, I have finished with the first one, and the part 3 is going to be about adding a fringe as well. If you want to know how the other part is done and how both earrings will look on me, please sit right here, don't move, and let's continue with the video. Yes, so I'm going to start the part 3 of this beautiful project with the bright Toho seed beads you see here. They are also 11O seed beads like the rest. Okay, but it says that these are Tohos. Okay, and I think I would be explaining what Tohos, the different kinds of beads I have. I have few. These are Tohos. So the Tohos are quite cylindrical as well, but they have smooth edges. The ones I used for this particular earrings have quite sharp edges, but they are perfect for this tutorial because I wanted the whole project flat and it came out nicely as I wanted. Okay, yeah, so let's continue with it. So before you start with your fringes, okay, you need to go through the beads to finally come from here, because this is where we're going to start with the fringes. So I have already started, and I'm doing this to be able to secure the working thread. Okay, and then finally I come down from this end here. Yeah, so I would like to say this. It was because I'm showing this as a tutorial, that is why I had to cut the thread when I got to this point. What I'm talking about is when I was break stitching. Okay, now when you start to break stitch and you get to this end, you can continue with your fringe and then add your or attach your stud in the end. This should be the final end. Okay, but it's because it's in parts, that's why I decided to cut it and finally or later add the a new thread to continue with the fringe. Okay, so you don't have to do what I did. You can still continue with your fringes, and then this should be the last part to finish. Okay, securing the working thread is very important. So when you attach a new thread, try to leave this length of a thread. You go through the beads before you finally cut it off to secure the rest of the project. Okay, now before I continue, every fringe is going to have 40 beads. Okay, and we are going to start from here and then climb. So you're going to be side and then the second side. So I have 40 beads ready, which is going to be my first fringe as well. Now to fringe, you push one bead down and you go through the rest of the beads up like so. You don't have to miss any bead because it's very easy to happen, so just be careful. And you do it little by little. Pull out your thread gently, then you go through the rest of the bead like that. Okay, and then what happens next, you go through this bead here like that, and you pull your needle and thread. Okay, so our first fringe is done. The next thing to do is that you go through the next bead beside it. The holes are beginning to close because I was just going through them with a thread. Okay, so I'm going to add another fringe, and please be sure not to make it too rigid. Okay, it should be flexible and it shouldn't be too soft as well. Now the next fringe is ready and it's made up of 40 beads. we push one down, and then we go through the rest of the bead like the first one. Okay, so we do this. All right, and we pull thread gently, and then whilst you do it, you hold from the down. Okay, fringing is not an easy thing, I know, guys, but you get used to it when you are, you know, you learn by heart. Then you go through the bead up. Like that. And then you go down again for the third fringe. Now the third fringe is done. When you're fringing, you try to pin it down with your finger like that. Push one bead down and you go up the rest of the beads. Okay, like that. Little by little you get there because the beads are many. Okay, let me do this. All right, and then what happens is you go up. Okay, so we have 3 fringes ready. Now from this part you fringe again before you go up the next bead from here, because we are fringing on the sides. Okay, okay, so the 4th is done and this is on the side, so we go up. Then we go up the rest. And you hold and pull. Okay, and you should do this gently, don't pull it too tight, because if you do that it may break your, especially when you don't have a good thread. Right. Okay, I believe you all saw what happened. So I had to go through the bead. Okay, now if you encounter this, you just have to hold the bead, the beads like that, and then you pull. Okay, like that. Now we are here, we are at the top of this bead. Now we make another fringe of 40 beads. So the 4th, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, oh, this is the 5th one. The 5th fringe is done, so we go up as usual. I have to cut this one away, but before I do that, I'll be securing them in between the beads. Okay, like that. Then I go up this bead. Okay, so you see how gorgeous this is becoming. All right, so the bead, the fringes should come on top of the, you know, on top of every bead until you get to this point here. All right, so I'll make another fringe, but before I do that, I would want to remove this because it's getting in the way, and I'll be going through the beads to secure. This is the tail of the working thread. Okay, because I don't want the fringes to, you know, remove. So I would be securing the thread by going through it before I finally cut this off, and I'll be doing this off camera, guys. I've added about 4 more fringes and I'll continue from here. Look at that, it's so gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, so this fringe is ready and I'm going to attach it. Now if you've just joined, we're trying to add some fringes to this beautiful beaded project here. Okay, and the fringes are, in every fringe you have 40 beads. Okay, just like so. As we do, you push one bead down, push one bead down, and you go up the rest of the beads like so. Pull it out gently. Then we go up the bead here. Just try to make it flexible, it shouldn't be too tight. And then you add another fringe on top. Yeah, so add the other fringe or the next fringe. As usual, we'll go up the rest of the beads. Then up from here. Then the next bead up, the white bead. Now you can see that my thread is almost done. Okay, so I'm going to add a new thread, but there's a way you do it. Now before I cut this off, I'll be going through the beads to secure this whole project here. Okay, so I'll be going through the beads. Not all of them, few of them, as if you are locking it up so that it doesn't loosen up. The beads don't lose up. You don't want that to happen. It's hard work, too much hard work. So, and we want to finish on time, so let me go up this part here. Then we go like that. I mean, try to go in you know, most beads as much as you want. What's happening here? Looks like it's blocked. Okay, and then I'll finally cut. I feel this is okay. Yeah, so I'm going to attach a new thread. Yeah, so I will be attaching, or I would add a new thread to to finish with the fringe up here to this extent. And you know that to add every fringe you need to, you know, add from the top of every bead like that. So to do this, I'll go through this bead here. Okay, and then I remove the needle. Now the tail of a thread, you have to leave it about this tail of a thread, about this tail of the thread. Okay, and so you'll be securing the next fringes that you'll be adding, okay, by going. So like I said, this is just a tail of a thread. I'll go through the beads, and then, you know, this helps to secure the working thread and then the project in general. As much as you want, it doesn't have a limit. So it's as if you are locking up your work so it doesn't fall off, like I mentioned in the last okay, so I'm good. Then I cut off. And so this is a working thread. Look at that. Okay, this is a working thread. Okay, this is a working thread. So I would start adding the fringe from here because I have already secured it. I hope this is understood. Yeah, so we continue with the fringe, adding of the fringe, and then as usual we go through the rest of the beads. So if you want to add a new thread, that's how you do it. In case you don't understand, you can play back. Okay, it's very, very simple. It's not difficult. Looks like okay. Let me add. So we're going to add how many fringes? 1 and 2. Then that'll be all. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to add one last fringe here, but I think it's fine. What do you think? Yeah, it's not needed. Yeah, so to cut this working thread, I would secure the rest of the fringes by going through the beads as I do. Now in total we have 13 fringes, okay, on one side, including the 3 beads here. Okay, in total we have 13 fringes. Now begin from the other side, we start. Now you know that every fringe came from the top of the bead here. Okay, so the first fringe is going to come from this bead, the top of this bead, and so due to that we start to add a new thread from here. Remember how I added the other ones? You're going to repeat the same thing, the same procedure. So I'm going to leave the tail of this thread, okay, and then go through the beads here to secure the working thread as I did to the other ones, and then we continue, and then we continue to add the fringe on the side. Okay, this will be the first fringe on the side. Then as usual we go through. Go up here through this bead. So basically we are going to repeat what we did on this side, okay, and it's just one color we are using for the fringes. Then go ahead to add the second fringe on the side. So in case you need to add a new thread, you know how it is done. If you have found one thing, please play back, because I had to show you all of this, or it's in the video. Okay, if you have found one thing, and in case you realize your thread is done or is finished, you can you will know what to do, because I showed you how you have to add a new thread. Okay, yeah. So I'll go up this bead. So this is one challenging part of fringing. When it has to go around the other fringes, it becomes quite challenging. But in any case, we have to do it. You don't have a choice. So I'm going to add another fringe. All right, so I'll be doing the rest off camera, guys. You don't need a limit to adding your fringes, guys. Okay, and you can do it all over, and you are still good to go. So this is what I'm teaching you. I just want you to know how to increase, decrease, and add fringes to your project. That is the main idea. Okay, so you can go ahead, you can use different color beads, different size beads, and you are still good to go. But I would prefer, or I suggest to you to use uh, bead sizes 15 O's to 10 O's, right? So that you can have your project very, very nice and lovely as well. So I'm going to see you after I'm done, because it's the same thing we did here. You're going to repeat it. And finally, guys, the fringes are all done and they look gorgeous. Wow, I love it. Let me know what you think. Please send me some messages in the comment section. Okay? And both earrings look gorgeous. What do you think? Woohoo! You must try this. You must try this. You must try this. That's all I can say. It's so easy, and you would be fulfilled after you are done. Seriously, trust me. Guys, what do you think of this beautiful project? That is why you have to sit till I finish, and I believe you can do it too. Thank you all, guys. Thank you for this time. Thank you for your motivation, and I'm so happy that I was able to finish. And I really want you to learn how to do this brick stitch, and that is why I divided it into three. You have the increase, decrease, and the third part is adding of the fringe, which is a very simple tutorial. It's so easy and super easy. Easy times two. Okay, yes. Before I go, I'd like to say click on the videos you see right now, and then watch other beading projects too. Okay, so that maybe you may have beads which is lying and you wouldn't know what to do with them. I don't do only beaded fringe earrings. I do other things like studs, piloting, and other stuff. So please click the link and then watch what I have for you as well. Okay, and thank you so much, guys, for your subscription. Whenever you have to press on the subscription, and don't forget to press on the notification as well to receive new uploads whenever I have to put new videos out there. Thank you so much, and then see you on the next one. Bye bye.